we pay for how much in our tuition? Like, I wouldn't mind paying more money for, like Pennington, you know, the workout facility.
Right,
like, I
right.
wouldn't mind paying money for things that I can see actually need maintenance. But to pay for all those things and then you giving me a $75 ticket, that's ridiculous.
Right.
And I think the parking should be first come, first served. Like, why do the teachers need why are they allowed to park up front?
Right. You mentioned Google earlier, and apparently it plays a big role in your education, at least.
No, not really.
Or students in general.
Students, yeah.
What do you see the role of search engines and social networking sites, stuff like that, in society?
Let's start with social networking. Social networking is a good and a bad thing. Social networking in society has changed us completely. I'm 25, so I remember growing up when we didn't have Facebook, and it was fine, you know? Bullying is going to always exist, and you had that at school. But when you went home, it was over.
Right.
You went home, it was over. You could be with your family, whatever. School, summertime, bullying is over. But now bullying is like a 24/7. It's a constant.
Right.
You know, and so these kids are like reminded every day of how much people don't like them, how much people hate them. People just, like, their relationships are ruined because they're on Facebook all the time. Like, just, I think it's negative for our society because people always have things to say, and every time you have something to say, it doesn't mean that it should be said.
Right.
And I think that they're like, oh, I have a thought. It's Facebook status. Oh, I have a thought. I'm going to tweet it. And after they tweet it, they realize, oh, maybe that wasn't the best thought. Because not everyone is racist. Not everyone is sexist. But sometimes you may have this thought like, oh, my God, I can't believe I thought that. But you say it, and after it's out there, it's out there. Like, you can never delete anything from the internet. It's always there. If you know how to search for it, it's there. And I don't think that's fair for the kids that are growing up, because when you're younger, you make mistakes. In your teens and your early 20s, you make mistakes, and you take pictures with your friends before, and you can throw them away. Now they're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
They're there forever.
Right.
So, in that way, it's bad. But in a good way, like, I did a study abroad here, and I went to Scotland. And I have friends from Scotland that I talk to on Facebook that I probably wouldn't talk to generally.
Right.
Or we can share our lives through photos instead of, doing snail mail or email. You can share your life that way. It's fun to share your life with people that wouldn't normally be in your life.
Right.
But it's also a negative if you're not mature enough for it, I guess you could say.
Definitely. There's no, I don't know, there is no ethic for social networking right now, or at least there isn't a general ethic that, there is an ethic, but it's bad.
It is, yeah.
There's not a general good ethic.
When you're a kid, you learn how to write a letter. You learn how to give, salutations and then what you should say in the letter in a business email.
Right.
You say to a friend. Like, there's no, Facebook etiquette. This is what you should say. There's none of that. So, and I think that those companies thrive off of that, though, because what happens when somebody puts something crazy on YouTube? Everybody goes to YouTube to watch it. So this person now is a celebrity. And I think that's the thing, too. Everybody wants to be a celebrity. It's easy now to be a celebrity. Put some stuff on YouTube. Post some racy pictures on Facebook. Everybody's requesting to be your friend. So it's all about that. It's all about notoriety, too, I think. Having Facebook and all that other stuff. People want to be known, and that's the easy way to be known.
And what about search engines?
Search engines are good. Google isn't completely bad. It's just a compilation of found information that they put in under a keyword or however you want to do the truncated search or whatever for information. That's just dependent on what you're looking for and how you word it, and if you know how to exactly search for what you're looking for. I think search engines are good.
Why when we have, cell phones, iPads, internet and stuff like that move information around at a much higher speed per individual. Why do we keep those, do you think, do we keep those out of the classroom? And is there a way that maybe those could integrate?
Why do we keep them out of the classroom? Cell phones. You mean cell phones, just searching engines, period, or cell phones, period? What do you mean?
I guess the educational uses of a cell phone. I mean, I could imagine people could text each other, having a conversation that's bouncing off ideas of someone talking in class, but they can talk
Right.
without interrupting that person, for example.
I think,
or using a search engine on your phone.
I think to learn the normal way to learn, a normal way I mean as in a person talking to you, you reading a book, writing, helps you learn more than sitting in front of a computer, getting a search and feeding yourself with information that someone has made up an idea about. Because most of the times when you read, and if you've done enough, if you've been in school long enough, by the time you hit university level, I think, you should be able to read information and be able to decide in it like what's propaganda and what you should be able to believe, what you shouldn't believe. I think if you sit in class with a computer and you search everything the teacher says, you can actually sit there and take in what they're telling you. You can actually take in and learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good thing. I know in art history class, the first level of art history, you can't have a computer. You have to sit there and listen and read and write the notes and look at the photos, because the actual action of writing helps you learn it more, because you have to process the word as you're putting it down on the page. So you remember more, and then you actually think about the words that you're writing. But if you just get on the computer and search for something, I don't know if you're digesting the information the way you should be digesting it.
Right. So you're saying like using the use of these devices in classroom is incompatible with kind of a lecture?
Kind of a lecture, kind of that social learning, how to have educated or intelligent conversation with your classmates. Have some kind of seminar with your classmates instead of being on the computer and being this person behind these words, this
Right.
ghostwriter, if you will. It's like on Facebook.
Right. Definitely.
Ghostwriter, that was a good show.
Is that the one where it's like a kid's show, it's like a Nick show?
I think maybe it was on PBS or
Or
something.
it's like a Saturday morning
Yeah.
show, yeah.
Yeah.